final, the level of excitement is pretty high. How do you expect the team to come out tonight?
Yeah, like you said, I think everyone's pretty fired up. Obviously, this is a unique opportunity here, so easy to get up for. A great group here, and excited to kind of roll into this next series with the same energy we had in the last one.
For people who are not watching women's hockey and don't know much about the sport, what kind of series do you expect, or the difference between the Victoire and this series?
Yeah, I mean, again, this league right now, there's only 6 teams, so it's very competitive. You know, every team's pretty deep, I would say, so I would expect a battle. People are going to fight. You know, any type of series are going to be good games going back and forth. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, so it's just going to be whoever can grind it out longer, I would say.
Considering that you're facing the best offensive in the regular season, does it have to be a final based on defensive play, majority?
I mean, not necessarily. I would say just kind of focusing on our strengths and what we're going to do as a team. And, you know, there's going to be counters both ways, I would say. But if we stick to our game plan and playing how we do, I think good things are going to happen for us.
There's any weakness maybe you identify in the opponent going into this big series?
No. We definitely respect our opponents, but again, like I said, just want to focus on our team and what we're going to do here. We have a great group in that room, and just going to bring the energy one game at a time, and good things are going to happen.
Okay, you guys good? Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. What is the most important thing to do to start this game tonight?
Enjoy it. It's a journey to get here. It's a long season for obviously Minnesota and ourselves to be in this the Walter Cup final. So the biggest component is making sure that we enjoy what's going to transpire tonight. We've been playing great hockey. They've been playing great hockey, so that to me adds up to a great hockey game. And it's a starting point here. So I think we'll just make sure that we're out there. We're playing our game, but we're having a lot of fun doing it.
You seem to enjoy the last series and the outcome of it, of course, etc. But do you see a difference in the way the girls are playing when you feel they enjoy more of the game?
Yeah, it's been this back half of the regular season leading into playoffs. It's been a real treat to come to the rink every day, and there's been a focused energy for sure. We're trying to get better. We're working on those details. The players have leaned into that really, really incredibly well. But yeah, when you can come to the rink and you like being at work, we spend a lot of time at work in this industry, so if you can enjoy it and you get along, it's been a really nice energy that has made this a special season to this point.
Vas-y, Nick.
If you're facing the best offensive in the regular season, how much emphasis do you have to put on the defensive play, the defensive structure in this final?
I think both teams, you get to this time of the season, you're leaning into your defensive components. It's reality of anytime you try to win anything, you got to be able to play strong defensively, because not only obviously does it take time and space away from an opponent, it lends itself to put yourself back on offense quicker. So there's no doubt both teams have probably done that in their own rights, and that's at the end of the day why you find yourself in this opportunity.
I was going to say that the season was pretty tight between the two teams. Of course, like you've been talking the whole season, every game more or less, but there were games that the score were pretty high, 8-3, 5-0. So can we expect anything like different in this series, or it could go either way on any given night?
Gosh, if I could answer that, I'd be getting the lotto number set too, and I'd be winning that in a heartbeat. No, the game's so fun. That's the joy of it. Is puck drops and you've got your best game plan going in, but you don't know what's going to transpire. But that's why sport's so engaging and so entertaining. So we know both teams can have offensive nights. We know both teams can play strong defensively. What shows up on any given night, time will tell. But it's going to be exciting and going to be a lot of fun.
There's a lot of emphasis put on shutting down Montreal's top line, Mary Filppula and Laura Stacey. Is there a similar message going in against Minnesota, against their top line, or do you feel like you have to respect their lineup?
Well, I think we respected all of Montreal. I think recognizing what Montreal did in the regular season, obviously there's an offensive component to their top line, but they have a great team as well. So I think that lends itself nicely heading into the finals here, that we're highly respectful of Minnesota. Not only obviously what they did in year one, winning the Walter Cup, but how they earned their way into the playoffs, much like we did, and how they had an intense first series as well and found a way to win it. So, we end up focusing on us and what matters to us. But I think, the defensive component, how you play a hockey team, it's not about line to line. It's about a consistency throughout your lineup that can go against theirs.
I've been playing this team a lot since last year already. But have you been able to get some extra intel maybe from Lucy, who's been in their locker room early this season, or?
No, like at the end of the day, you just keep doing what you're doing, and there's no secrets in this game. There's little pockets of opportunity that you might be able to spring something on a team. But in a series based like this one, you're going to know each other really well, sort of really coming out of game one. And at the end of the day, we just keep preparing for what we need for us as Ottawa Charge, and we'll go do what we do and see where we sit.
Carla, I'm sorry if you were asked this already. I was
Yeah, it's no
sitting
problem.
there watching. What has Shiann Darkangelo meant to this group this season, but also since she joined you guys last year?
Dark's just the consummate professional. Obviously, she's elevated her game in this season, and she just goes about it the right way. She's a leader in the room. She's a leader on the ice. She plays 200-foot game. She's just really, really consistent, really, really steady, both as a person and a player. And what she's been able to help us with this year has been truly impactful. But what I love is she just lifts people around her. She's about the team too, and trying to elevate everyone to be at a great level. And I think it's the team piece that's gotten us here, but certainly she's played a positive role in that.
I know you're really happy with the collective defense and just all the details from your team top to bottom, but just how would you describe Larocque and Bell as a D pair?
Yeah, I think as they've been able to play a little bit more together and build that natural chemistry, it's been nice to see. I think Joss brings just a consistency and a veteran presence, and obviously they got some history there with Team Canada. But I think for both of them, they just play off each other so well, and I think you can see they genuinely enjoy playing together, and that resonates.
Do you think that Jocelyn and Ashton's style too just bodes well for playoff hockey, just the physicality and the energy, but also smart defensive plays?
Yeah, I think collectively that's where we've grown a lot this season. I don't think it's about one line or one pairing. It's really about the collective team that's helped us get to this moment. I'm not sure a lot of people have predicted this. We understood what we were working towards and what we were doing. So I think for us, we just stayed true to who we are, and we've been able to find our defensive details and execute them at the right time, at the right level. Good. Thank you.
You're facing the best defensive in the regular season. How much emphasis you have to do on the defensive part of your game as a whole, as a team?
Are you saying Minnesota has the best offensive stats?
Offensive stats in the standings,
Yeah, we know they're a really good hockey club over there. Obviously, they proved it last year, and they have that championship experience, and they have a lot of depth and a lot of threats. So we know it's going to take a really strong defensive effort, the full team, like we had in the last series, and obviously we're focused on some different details with a different opponent. But yeah, we know they're a good team. Yeah.
As an athlete, everybody dreams of playing in a championship. How excited are you personally and as a team to have the chance to handle the trophy?
It's so exciting. I mean, this is what you work towards every offseason. This is every team's goal at the beginning of the year is to get themselves in this position. So we're enjoying the process and enjoying the crowds we've had here and the excitement in the city. So yeah, we're having fun with it.
What kind of series do you expect? When you're looking at the stats of the result of the season, it was pretty equal, but there were games with really big score, 8-3, 5-0. So what way do you expect this series to go as a type of play?
I think it'll be different than some of those games in the regular season. I think, we had a big win over them where I don't know if they brought their best. They had a feel like that where I don't think we showed up against them. So I don't think either team's going to do that this series. I think they're going to bring their A game, and everyone's going to be battling, every shift. So, we'll see what happens. But in terms of, I think just the games themselves, I expect they'll be pretty tight.
Will the physicality and the speed that you brought in the first series against Montreal will be key in that series too, I guess?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's just playoff hockey, right? I think we're seeing that. I expect it's going to be physical. They let us play last series, which was great. I expect, they've got some great hitters on that team, good physical defenders. So I expect it'll be the same.
The experience in the first round right now, how much was it helpful to give you tools to proceed to the next round? And do you find yourself that you find another level of competitiveness, again, as a personal point of view and also as a team?
I think when you're in the regular season and you're in that schedule, you're giving your all for sure. But there is, you see it in other leagues too. There is another level that's found in playoffs. That's what makes playoffs. I forget part one of that question.
How much personally, do you find? I don't know how you say that. Do you discover things that you didn't expect on a personal level and a team level?
Yeah, I think when I speak to our experience right now, I think everyone's elevated their game, and we've, I think, all bought into playing a certain style, a certain kind of new standard for us. So I find personally, I'm inspired by all of my teammates and the work they're putting in right now, and I think that energy is contagious, right? You've all been in an environment like that where that work ethic and that positive energy, when you bring it to the rink, it can't help but be contagious. And it's awesome to see everyone kind of pulling in the same direction.
How different is the preparation for this series compared to Montreal's? In the sense that, it's obviously a different team. They have maybe a little less firepower on top of the lineup and a little more depth, similar to you guys in this regard. So does that change even just small details in terms of how you guys prepare? Or
Yes and no. I think I've said it so many times. I think every opponent in this league is very good. Even the opponents that didn't make the playoffs, it's so tight. You guys see that. So we don't go into any game the entire season overlooking our opponent. And we know Minnesota, like I said, has that championship experience. Little tweaks, yeah. They've got just different pieces. I'm sure they're changing some things. We're a little different hockey team than Toronto, so little tweaks here and there. Obviously, they run a few different systems than Montreal, but I think the details and the habits for us don't really change what we're doing. Good sticks, blocking shots, good back checks, those kind of things. Those hockey details, they don't go away.
Minnesota has created a lot of offense from their blue line, something that Montreal didn't see a ton of. As a forward, how do you minimize that damage that their defenders can do?
Yeah, that's going to be something that we're tasked with for sure. Soph, Claire, Lee, a lot of the defenders, they're really good with the puck. So I think we're going to have to just be really aware of that. I think as wingers in our own zone, just always having our head on a swivel and knowing where they are is going to be important for us. But yeah, I don't think we take their defenders lightly. We know they're a part of their attack, so we just got to be aware and try to shut them down.
Okay, one more. Brianne, what's this team message to the fans in their game 1 in the finals?
Let's keep it rolling. It's been so fun playing in front of this fan base. You guys gave us so much energy last series, and it makes a difference. So excited to hear this building get loud tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.